Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This is BC Plays here, and today we are on the Crew 2 and we'll be testing out the Pontiac Firebird TA, and it is the 1977 version because I think there is a 1982 version in the game as well, but this one is the 1977 version. So let's get straight into it with the pricing of this vehicle. So it costs 280,000 crew bucks to buy from the Street Racing HQ, and it also costs 40,000 crew credits if you prefer crew credits as well. So enough with the pricing, let's get to the parts, because to be fair, it's quite a cheap vehicle. And now, what customization do we have? I know it's meant to be a Firebird on the front, but it looks very much like a the Albania flag, which is just my inner flag brain coming out. But we do have 5 hoods and 15 front bumpers to choose from as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, 15 front bumpers. I'm gonna go with that one. Don't like the dark tinted headlights on this vehicle. We also have 2 front fenders as well. Rims, obviously, calipers. We have 4 side mirrors. We're gonna go these old style wing mirrors. We also have 2 rear fenders as well. That removes the handle. That removes the door handle. How are you getting in? How are you getting in this vehicle? Is it just moved somewhere else, or is it in there? Is it blended in? That is okay. That's weird. I'm not sure where the handle goes, but we are gonna put it on anyway. I don't know if it's on the top or on the side or something. We have 5 rear wings to choose from as well. I don't like any of them. This vehicle isn't obviously the best looking. We're gonna go with this big ducktail thing, whatever's going on. We also have 15 rear bumpers to choose from as well. Definitely doesn't look the nicest right now, but maybe the diffuser can change that. We'll get the dark tinted windows for the rear headlights, but not the front. That was it, yeah, okay. And obviously the interior as well, and you can change the color, livery, and vanity items. Let's just quickly go through the colors because I haven't changed the color of this. I might go for yellow. Yeah, we don't have many yellow vehicles, so let's get a yellow and put the yellow stitching on the inside as well. Go for this. And we'll just go for, is there any wood? There's no wood. No, just be perfect for a wooden interior, but we'll have that instead. But yeah, this vehicle, like I said, isn't the greatest looking vehicle in the game. No Pontiacs I don't think are that nice looking, but it's still better than certain cars, so we'll take that and we'll get into the performance of the vehicle. And to be fair, there was quite a bit of customization to choose from, especially for quite an old car as well, not in terms of the Crew 2 but real life old as well. There was quite a bit of customization, so that's always nice. But now with the car completely stripped back to its original 70 performance level, it has a top speed of 118 miles per hour and has 200 horsepower as well. And I've driven this vehicle 11 miles. I don't know when. I don't know when I've ever driven this car. So this is going to be a new experience because I'm trying to think. I know I've definitely used a Pontiac. I've definitely used a Firebird, but definitely not this, I don't think. But we're going to test it out anyway and see if it is worth buying for that 280,000 crew bucks price tag. But we got the 280 parts on now, and it has a top speed of 227 miles per hour, has 699 horsepower, has a 0 to 60 in 2.37 seconds, a quarter mile in 9.77 seconds, and then the brake distance 60 to 0 is 17.75 yards. So it's got pretty decent stats. 0 to 60 is pretty good. Obviously the top speed, all street racing vehicles have a top speed around 225, 226, 227. So I mean, probably the main things to look at is the brake distance and the 0 to 60, and they look pretty good. So I can't wait to see how well this vehicle performs. So I'll see you at an event in a second. We are in a very rainy Miami. Miami isn't that rainy, is it? I'm not sure. I've never been to Miami. I know they have hurricane season in Florida. I guess that brings rain as well with the hurricanes and stuff like that. I'm surprised you don't get as many or any tsunamis really at all. I know it's not really near any plates and stuff like that, or the the geographical stuff that makes stuff move, and I don't know. But I'm surprised you don't get tsunamis. You get a lot of storms, but never any tsunamis. But enough of talking about the weather in Miami. Let's test out this vehicle. And first things first, it doesn't feel fast. It definitely doesn't feel like it has a good speed on it. Obviously the top speed is 227 miles per hour, but that is its top speed. It doesn't actually say how long it will take to get there. I guess the closest thing to see how fast the vehicle is obviously the 0 to 60 and the quarter mile. But it still doesn't feel fast with good 0 to 60 and a good quarter mile as well. And it feels very drifty as well. It feels very like it feels like it's got low traction. It feels like I could spin out at any minute, which is good in some cases where there's a lot of turns, like a race like this sort of, where there's quite a few turns and quite wide turns. But if there's quite a few sharp turns, you definitely, I think, would lose control and find it hard to stay on track, which isn't what you want from your street racing vehicle. And considering there is better balanced street racing vehicles out there as well in the game, just trying to think, because the brakes as well, let me test out the brakes at the next turn. I think the brakes could be a little bit better as well. They definitely aren't the best. They don't stop the car straight away, and we are struggling, as you see, to actually reach our top speed. I mean, the brakes are okay. They have enough force to make the car drift, but apart from that, they're not overly great. But yeah, the speed is definitely a big factor. I was expecting a faster car than this due to its stats as well, but I mean, it is a very cheap vehicle in terms of street racing vehicles, and it is a very old vehicle as well, so that is, I guess, what you expect. Quite a slow vehicle, so I'm not too worried about that, because somewhat expecting it, somewhat not. Before the stats I was expecting it, after the stats I wasn't. So yeah, this vehicle feels very feels very strange. Definitely, I'm gonna say it now, but definitely probably wouldn't use this vehicle again in any events really, except for ones with wide turns. If they're sharp turns, definitely would not use it. Okay, let's give it a score out of 10. So the price, 280,000, not bad, pretty cheap for a street racing vehicle. There's quite a bit of customization as well, considering it is an old vehicle. And the performance, speed just wasn't there, a bit too drifty. The brakes I couldn't really say much about. So out of 10, based on all them factors, I'm gonna give this vehicle a 6.4 out of 10. Even though it is a cheap vehicle, I just don't think it is up to scratch with some of the better street racing vehicles in the game. And to be fair, even some of like the medium range street racing vehicles. So I think a 6.4 is very reasonable for this vehicle. It just doesn't have anything special about it, except for that it drifts, and you don't want that really from a street racing vehicle all the time. So yeah, 6.4 is fair. And obviously, if you have used this vehicle, don't forget to tell me what you think of it down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new, as it does help out the channel. And I will see you in the next video.